Hello and welcome to the Billowing Hilltop podcast. Hello readers, I have been granted access to the set where we are recording episode 200 and, well, I can't remember what episode. Anyway, we're recording more of the action. I'm in the chamber that the party have just recently opened up, the viewing gallery that overlooks the cave. A bit of inside information. To save a bit of money, it's just a rebuild really of the Zerksog's lair with the gallery and the giant space, but it's very effectively done. Craftsmen working away, getting everything ready for recording. And being here just gives me a quick opportunity to say hello to a couple of the unsung heroes of this little show of ours, a couple of our volunteer extras who play Kios Worms. And now, you are... Maxipod. And you come in every day? And have you come in from far? Oh yes. Oh, I see. So it's not too bad.
149, Seven Sisters.
On the Piccadilly line, yes. Yeah, okay. And you're pretty well looked after?
Oh, yes.
The food's very good.
Oh, the food is very good.
Oh, well, it sounds like you're needed. It sounds like they're getting everybody together. Well, I'll let you go. Thanks very much for saying hello, and thank you for all you do. Readers, we would love it if you were to give us a rating or review on your podcast app of choice. Throw us some stars. We'd like to hear from you via email, hello@billowinghilltop.com. And as always, you can find us on our social channels at Billowing Hilltop, pretty much everywhere at Billowing Hilltop on Twix. Oh, it sounds like they want to get started. I probably better make myself scarce. Let's push on with episode 242 of the Billowing Hilltop podcast, Malice's Restaurant. I was thinking about this the other day. I reckon that's the second best one. I reckon that's...
What's the second best one? Second best what?
The 20th Century Fox is like, here comes the film.
And the best one.
Do you know what I mean? It's going to be good. It's going to be fun. That one.
Yeah.
Worst one is Warner Brothers.
I don't know. Warner Brothers. It doesn't do any
buildings.
Yeah. But it is the Matrix. So it's like, it's quite good, mate.
MGM is the fourth worst. I know, Dan, you're in it, so you're not going to agree with this, but that's like the fourth worst one.
Indeed.
Sorry, it took me a while.
Then the one with the mountain.
Yeah, Paramount.
What's the one with the mountain? Paramount's not bad. Then mostly because then it would go a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away after.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
What about the guy with the gong? Was that Rank?
The guy with the gong? That's Rank. That is Rank, Graham.
That's a long time ago.
One has to be bum 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 the bum bum da da da.
What about
That's the adverts.
Hey, Crusader, have you been up?
Yeah, but it's still cinema.
The black and white RKO one with the little transmitter on the Earth. The King Kong one.
That's rubbish.
No, that's awesome.
Anyway,
sorry.
Mind you, the Godzilla, the series Godzilla or King of Monsters, actually probably worth watching.
Is it?
Oh. Well, maybe not.
Monsters.
Yeah, Monsters, yes, not very interesting, but it's actually really well done.
Well, we're going to spend our evening
but
with
I'm not going to
monsters.
recommend it because it's not that good.
Indeed.
Cool. Yes. I can feel Johnny's anger. Sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes. Hello, readers. We do have more than one reader because Chris said that he plays us back on 1.25 speed and he tried it once by accident and now he can't go back.
He wants to get it over
is he
and done
implying
with
that we are
quicker.
really plodding and slow?
I said we're now going to play at 0.8 times speed to compensate.
So speak a bit quicker.
You said you can't play any slower. I was like, you just wait.
You watch. What you're listening to is edited.
Yeah, it's edited. Massively edited.
Yeah, exactly.
It's already edited by
you
half.
have no idea how much we cut out.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Last week's Procrastifest was like, oh, God.
Well, when it's difficult and there's no easy way forward, it's very easy to procrastinate.
No, totally. I don't have a clue what's going on, and I've got the thing in front of me. No wonder you lot struggle. Anyway, I'm here with the usual bunch. Got Paul.
Hello.
Got the little grief puppet that is Johnny. His thumb-sized head. I've got Dan, the Socialist Dan's
Yeah.
my favourite player. I've got the esteemed Spider Academic, Lucas. And
Come
I've
on.
got to stop doing these.
Come
It's
on.
a sickness.
What is it?
He's the smoking pagan from Copenhagen.
That's not bad.
It's not bad.
Well, it's not bad.
Olaf Hotperson. Graham. Hot Viking. Where we left things, basically it's been the same for weeks.
Yeah.
We're in the Temple of Chaos. Sessions has turned himself into multiple copies of himself that are following around the rest of the party as they explore. You've opened up a room
which goes nowhere.
at the top of a horrible green wiggly staircase with nasty worm bits that pollute you. Parker got infested with worms and now has 2 intelligence.
Yeah.
And he is being steered by Scaly into a little area away from this room that they found. Has got a pit in it with green mist coming out of it, and it's got a green cage which seems to be alive and keeps trying to snap them up for purposes unknown. There is also a diamond-eyed dwarf of doom that seems to have flipped to gaseous. In the temple itself, you've had these figures emerging from golden portals, casting insect plague. One of them chased after Burple last week, but was zapped back to its normal, abominable form by a new factor, somebody called Amdithar, who says that he is one of the Order of the Storm Guardians left here to guard the place. He said that over the centuries, progressively, the Guardians have become corrupted. He had a brief conversation with Burple. There's no point in going over it. It wasn't exactly roleplay gold. And then, the end of last time, a horrible tentacly thing has appeared in the green corridor of worm infestation and seems to single out Burple, and it starts to dance and trill a strange hypnotic song. That is where we left things. So let us pick up on 12. Burps. You feel yourself becoming mesmerized. Can you please give me a wisdom save? You may have advantage or all sorts of benefits.
I don't think I do.
DC 19.
Oh, shit.
As this wobbly dance and new session, new Orc dice.
Yeah.
As this wobbly... Right.
Don't think
we're
it'll
getting this
help.
over and done with, by the way, Paul. Tonight's beer is the Raspberry Ripple I mentioned last week. Here we go.
Okay.
Oh, shit. It's like blood.
Oh.
It's like pink foamy blood.
Nice.
Sessions, do you have anything
sounds pretty
against
attractive.
wisdom saves, maybe?
It smells
You can
worse
share.
than
I
this one as
share.
well.
with the
No,
group.
unfortunately,
Here we
I don't think I project any kind of...
That is disgusting.
I didn't get one of those bonuses.
Right.
Jesus.
Yeah. Okay, well, I might be in a bit of trouble here. So,
Nice type mouthwash.
needing a 20.
Do you not have any...
I've got the wisdom save within 30 foot advantage of wisdom saves.
Yeah,
you're
well,
miles away.
Okay, so needing a 20,
Okay,
not
here
an
we go.
advantage. Yep,
But you do have an Orc dice, and you have got luck.
I do have luck. I mean, needing a 20. Is that rolling?
Oh, close.
Oh, 19, very
God, if I'd kept my mouth shut, I could have pretended that was a save.
Yes,
Damn
you
it.
could have just gone, 19.
19.
Easy peasy, and I would never have thought
Yeah,
to
exactly.
challenge.
Yeah, it would have gone under the radar entirely.
well,
But in fact,
okay.
I do get +1.
From...
I don't know, I just made that up. Okay,
Okay,
so
well,
rolling again with my luck.
Yes, here we go. Here we go.
Okay,
I've got good feelings about this.
No, I don't.
I mean, you really do need to make the save, so...
But you're going to get it with the Orc dice.
I'm not, though, because they're 2 good rolls, right? So now I'm due a bad roll with the Orc
I
dice.
say you really need to make it. You shouldn't be guided by me and my stupid opinions. Okay.
So that's a
Fail,
9.
fail,
And even
fail,
with the
fail,
Orc dice,
fail.
it's a D10 now, isn't it?
Yeah, you need a 10.
It's a D10. Needing a 10 on a D10.
No, that's a 9.
Here we go.
No, I can't make
You've
it.
got 9 so far.
Yes.
What's the
So you
save?
need a 19.
Oh, I
We
thought
saved on the
19.
first one. Oh,
No, he didn't save on the first one.
oh, see,
No,
Do you
I
see
didn't
he didn't
say.
save on the first one, he got an 18, then he got a 14,
Okay.
and now he's got a 9, but he gets to roll
I need
another
a
D10.
10 on a D10.
On a 10, he saves.
you're getting it. You're getting it.
What
I
do you
feel
do?
this
It's
is.
about to happen.
What doomed?
It's a formality.
It's
It's
quite
a formality.
straightforward mathematics.
It's a 7.
It wasn't a formality. Okay.
No.
It's a 7. Okay, you fail.
Yeah.
Burps.
Yeah.
You're mesmerised. Something's going on, and you're mesmerised. On 6, at the bottom of the round, it is a little foggy, lampy boy Sessions.
Sessions to the rescue.
Okay. So
You feel like paying too much attention to this swaying, singing figure is probably not a good idea.
right.
You can also see that Burple is sort of rooted to the spot, open-mouthed, staring at this creature.
And it seems like it's a kind of magical effect, does it?
It does.
Some kind of charm effect, right?
It is. Let's not unpick that too much. But in terms of the general direction of where we're heading, yes.
First thing, I will use my bonus action to move
Yeah.
ghostly sessions at the back.
Yeah.
Next to, but in front of Burple. Yeah?
Yeah.
Then I think I will try... Shall I try Dispel Magic on you?
Anything is welcome.
I will try to Dispel Magic on Burple.
Do you ever think about this? Because I don't want you making the wrong decision. I'm not saying this is not right. I'm just trying to have a think. The magic is emanating from this creature.
Right.
And Burple is affected by it. There's not a spell cast on Burple.
Right. Okay.
But then I guess... But no...
It's not a spell, is it? It's a continuous magical...
It's a continuous thing. There was no... Yeah.
It's not a spell. It's a power.
In that case, do I want to do like fog cloud on it so that Burple can no longer see it?
Yeah.
Why doesn't Sessions give me an Arcana check? Not a particularly difficult Arcana check. And then I could maybe be a bit more friend guide storyteller.
Okay. Ooh, 16.
Very
I was
good.
paying attention.
16. Right. You think, Sessions, that might have an effect. That something that blocks the line of sight between Burple and this creature may be helpful. Mm-hmm. You don't know if it will totally solve the issue, but it might, for example, give Burple another saving throw, something like that. Or you think it might be worth casting a Dispel Magic on the creature, because the creature is currently spinning a magical effect.
Right.
You could attack the creature, do some damage on him, might stop him dancing.
Yeah. Is it still dancing?
It's sinuously swaying.
Zap it.
The other thing I could do, I guess I could polymorph it into something that can't sinuously sway.
Yeah.
Snail. Well, we... Tortoise.
Yeah, tortoise.
Slug.
A slug can definitely sinuously sway.
Tortoise.
Something that just cannot dart. Paul.
Oi. Okay, let's try the... let's try the...
I don't want to steer you. I just thought I would give you some... it's growing on me, this beer, Paul, as always.
Yeah, but I mean, it takes effect, doesn't it?
Once you get past a
That's
certain
the thing
point...
about alcohol.
I don't think it's particularly strong, this stuff. No, it's not.
Really Once it's killed, can you? If it's raspberry ripple.
It's
flavor.
weedy.
Once it's killed the first wave of
sort of. It's once you get used to the. Right. It's the sour. It's quite sour.
Yeah, it's going to
It's described as a
knock out the taste buds a bit, and then the
something
sweetness overrides. No, it sounds horrible.
It is horrible. I mean, I would never ever have it again. All I'm saying is I will finish it. Anyway, sorry, Graham.
Right. Well, let's try polymorph on it. Wisdom saving throw DC 20.
DC 20. That is a 7, which is not enough, but it chooses to make that save.
Oh, right.
It's another one of these chooses
Well, it's Mother Maggot, isn't it?
Well,
Probably. She's singling out Burple.
it's difficult to tell apart these tentacly things, but it could be Mother Maggot. Definitely teleported in. Or dimension doored or something. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Well, I'm
Seshi Milad.
thinking whether I want to move up to... No, because I think the others are going to have to come back towards us. I suppose the door in the centre of the passageway may be the one we want to advance through.
A quick reminder that you brought down 2 doors so far with Dispel Magics, 2 worm doors. And the first one you brought down, you noticed last time that it was bit by bit reconstituting itself.
I'll tell you what I'll do, Mike. I will... That's a final thing. I'm going to move next to the image of Sessions, just to blur up where the various Sessions are, since there are 5 of us kicking around in the corridor.
Yes, I understand. On 5, it is the huge wormo-dragon, Parker, somewhere in that dim brain of yours. The glass is deadening the sound, but you register this thing screeching away on the other side of these windows as it flaps about in this great cave you can see beyond the windows. And once again, it throws itself at the glass of the windows, and the windows' little spidery cracks seem to expand and extend, and you feel like that was quite a success. Well, you're in no position to make judgments like this, Parker. Scaly, who can also see this from the entrance to this little area that you've fled into, you can see that was quite a good turn for this thing in terms of bashing at the glass. You don't think the windows have got much left in them. And it is your turn, Scaly, on 18, top of a new round.
Right.
Mike?
Yes.
I've just realised something. The little Sessions have all winked out.
Because
Polymorph's a concentration spell.
even if it's safety... Oh, I suppose, yeah.
It's the casting, isn't it, I think?
Yes. Oh, that's a pain. I think the little sessions are a masterstroke. Okay.
Well, we can always do them again, but... Being scrupulously honest.
Yeah, scrupulously honest. I like it. I will just sweep all these little miniatures off the board.
Just put them to the side so we can bring them back in a minute.
Yeah, sorry. Scaly.
Got a choice, guys. I can either go and try and deal with this wiggly creature with a spell or an attack, or I can open up this other door to the south of the dragon room, the cage room, which we haven't done.
Oh yes, there's a wormy door in this room.
There's a wormy door.
Readers, that sits direct... Well, I mean, we'll have to post a picture. But it's round the corner from the main double doors, heading back south again.
I
turning a corner.
think somehow dealing with this wiggly creature is... This wiggly creature's Mahuja should just teleport away. You know, she's going to be worse than that Lich, because she'll be able to teleport at will. So if you do a bit of damage, she'll just teleport away. So what do you reckon? There's this misty dwarf, who's gaseous form, isn't he? Yeah. You can still damage things when they're gaseous form. I think he's like the keeper or feeds the dragon. He sort of looks after him. That's my theory. I think he's taken quite a bit of damage. That's why he's gone in gaseous. So if you can see him, I'll try and kill him. Otherwise, I would do the wormy door.
Okay.
You got a hunter's mark on the dwarf, haven't you? I've got a hunter's mark on the dwarf, but it's just a...
It gives you advantage on trying to find it.
It's now.
Unfortunately, last week you were just incapable of rolling more than about a 2.
Yes.
It doesn't mean you...
Does it? Yeah. What does it actually mean to find it? Does it mean I can target hit it, or...
I'm saying that you're peering out, trying to spot it.
And is that'll be an action to do that?
I think to actively... Yes, it's a bit like searching.
Okay, I have an idea. I'll give it a go. Using my hunter's mark, I'm going to try and find it. So I'll get an advantage on perception to see it. And if I do see it, can I target it with a spell?
Is it a bonus action?
No, I'm not moving, so I'll have an action.
No, you can use a move.
Oh, I see. It's the move. It's the other action. Yes, it's an action spell. That's annoying. I can understand why you'd say no then.
Yeah, I think that if you are trying to use your hunter's mark to actively, you're going to have to sort of stand there and concentrate all of your attention on the area you think it might be in. Mm-hmm. And I think that is an actively using a skill.
Fine. So what I need to see is... Hunter's Mark is a concentration spell. If I do the perception and can see it, next round could I cast a spell at it?
Yes. Once you've acquired it, I will tell you where it goes, if it goes anywhere.
Okay. I think that's what I'm going to do. And then I will try and shuffle Parker behind me down the passageway as my move action. Right. Here we go. 9.
Okay.
And 11.
You peer into the room and you can't make out any mist.
It's the rolling of the dice again. Right, I'm going to try and... I'm going to...
You're going to move action?
Yeah. With my move action, can I pull Parker just into the passage?
Yes, of course.
So
it is half speed.
Yeah.
And you can drag Parker, assuming that Parker is
draggable,
compliant. Yeah.
I just want him to be out of line of fire.
Yes, you can do that. You can drag him into the passage.
Yeah.
If you want. Technically, you could sort of drag him further round and actually into the little chamber. Yeah. And then you could run back past him. It's up to you.
Yeah, I want him to get him in.
What is the rule here? Do I no longer understand speech or something?
Well, you've got animal intelligence. Yeah, I think last week you looked it up and you've got less intelligence than a badger.
Or a horse. I mean, that kind of...
Yeah.
But I mean...
Yeah.
Presumably, those kind of creatures can be,
trained over years to understand things. Yes. I'm not going to nail you to the wall, Lucas. If it's relatively reasonable, of course you can do it.
I mean,
It's not your turn, though, for a while.
Yeah, but I'm just wondering in terms of, if Scaly, does he need to drag me? Or if he just sort of, goes, come on, Shep,
Well, it's not your turn.
Right.
Due to the vagaries of our initiative system, he can say, come on, Shep, but then you don't move anywhere until 12.
Yeah.
Whereas if he drags you, I'm saying that you're pretty compliant. He can actually physically manhandle you, orc handle you.
Right, fair enough. Yeah.
4 candles.
4 candles.
Into the chamber.
All
right, so I'm going to drag him into the passage and then move back to the entranceway again.
Got it.
Yep.
I'm just going to move Parker's Mini. Is that a good place for me to put Parker's Mini? Just at the threshold of the chamber?
Yep.
And you're in the doorway?
Yep.
Just a reminder that where you're standing, you think you're still within range of the green cage. Just so that you remember.
5 foot back.
Okay.
We're just going to go to
a cage.
Just a bit further back.
Have I got a little cage mini? No, I haven't.
Or a square, just a sort of square.
Yeah, any old thing. Oh, I know. I have got a cage mini. Give me a moment. I've got the mini I used when Uncle Buggy was captured. I'll just use that.
All those many episodes ago.
All those many episodes ago. It's not exactly what we want, but it's better than nothing. There we go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. That's where it is, hanging above the pit of green mist. On 13 Burpee D Herples, at the end of your turn, you can give me another wisdom save, DC 19.
But until then, what?
You stand there mesmerised.
Right, okay. So another wisdom save, DC 19.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope.
Nope.
You want to try and use your luck?
Not really.
No.
I've got another Orc dice.
Oh, you've got your... Well, that's a once-only Orc dice, though.
I know. No, I'll leave it.
Also on 13, it is Uncle Buggy. Buggy, you're in a little chamber. Looks just like the other chambers that you've been in, with holes in the ceiling that you think are something to do with... Well, your current best guess is that there's some kind of watchtower.
Sessions, are you going to be able to do a greater restoration on Parker?
Yes, I'm able to do a great... Oh, that's what I was supposed to be doing. Yes, but he's miles away. I have to come over there and leave Burple. Do you want to come and protect Burple?
Well, I can do a greater restoration, but I was going to try and do something against this gaseous dwarf golem. I'll have to stop raging to do it.
Why don't you come and try and attack the Mahudra thing? As you're raging. You have to attack, don't you, or take damage, or your rage ends.
Well, I was thinking of ending it and doing a greater restoration.
Yeah.
That was partly my question, whether I can be sort of told to go over to where Sessions is.
The thing is, Mahudra's in that...
And I could be doing that.
corridor. Get ethereal worms, and you have to do it here.
The question is where that thing triggers. My understanding is it triggers at the top of the step.
It's the whole corridor.
Has everybody who's been wormed healed themselves?
Yeah.
Fine.
You
sure?
Parker, you could do something against Mahudra or the dwarf thing if you see it. Okay, so I'll stop raging, and I'm going to do a greater restoration on Parker.
A greater restoration. That
4th level spell, so 5th level, sorry. So it says any reduction to one of the target's ability scores.
Yeah, that is fine.
Hurrah!
That works, Uncle Buggy. Parker, you are restored to your former bright, sparkly self.
The rest
Add
of
back.
my
Sort of do a shuddery thing and
4 intelligence.
Yeah, you've got to move.
Wake up.
Go to putting earplugs in isn't interact with an object, is it?
We've had this discussion many times.
They're just dangling. I've got special ones, haven't I? Dangle.
You've got special ones, have you?
Oh, go on then. Go on then.
That's it.
On 12, it's the newly brightened.
Who now has no
Parker,
clue what he should do anyway now.
You snap out of this weird moment, Parker. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know where you're going. You don't know why you're here. You snap out of that, and
you're exactly where you were.
Those 3 things still apply. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, what are we doing in this alcove now? Are we
there you
just
go,
hiding
you're not
away?
Sure your spell was effective.
We're trying to avoid being sucked into the cage and then fed to the dragon, because it's rather nasty.
How are we trying to go forward?
Well, we don't know where forward is, do we?
Damage on the cage.
Well, it's got to be through another door, hasn't it?
Yeah.
There's either the wormy door to the south of the cage, the wormy door in the east of the corridor next to the Mahudra figure.
Yeah.
Those seem like the most likely places.
Can we do damage on the cage?
I don't know. The thing is,
drop a fireball on it.
It's the most terrifying thing we've come across so far. Nobody's going
terrifying because it would just feed you to the dragon. But the golem has gone gaseous, so he's vulnerable. If there's any way you can kill him, then get him out of the way.
Where is the golem? Do we know?
He's gaseous somewhere in that room.
Maybe.
See him, but if you could do an area of effect spell,
you could have left already.
I'm going to drop a fireball in there.
Left,
if he is still there, he'll have had a turn.
Yeah.
Gaseous creatures move, 10?
Fast.
No.
If you spot him, I would suggest doing a fireball. And if you don't spot him...
Well, we need to do some damage on
require your action to try and find him.
You could just drop a fireball in there, I mean...
Yeah, I'm going to do a fireball. Hold on, those windows are still intact, right? Despite the fact that the...
Yeah, you don't think they've got long, but they are still intact.
Okay, all right. Bloink, and then...
Bloink. Is that the fireball noise we're using now?
That's the one I'm using.
Fair enough.
Technical term.
35 points of
DC
fire.
17.
Okay.
Does that make any noticeable effect on this wormy cage?
Oh, yes, I've got to just quickly check something on that. Not massive effect. Mm-hmm. Perhaps a bit. Mm-hmm. It sort of creaks backwards and forwards on its suspendy cable and maybe is a bit blackened, but not massively.
So fire does have some effect on it.
It looks a bit scorched. It's metal. Mm-hmm. It's like magical animated metal. So draw your own conclusion.
Right.
It'll have some kind of hardness and break DC.
But what about the rope it was suspended from or whatever?
Well, that's a sort of magical metal cable.
Right.
Yeah.
Rightio. Well, that's me done then.
On 12, first of all, emerging sessions from a couple of other alcoves come more what look like, I'm just going to distinguish them by having different coloured bases. Companions of Abdithar.
Are they the cavalry?
I think actually this insect plague winks out. Sessions, you can't actually see all of them, but I'm not going to get into worrying too much about that. You hear the sound of sort of footsteps clunking and northern voices say things like, "Hail, Abdithar!
Well met.
Well met, Babulos."
All the force gone.
Burps, if you're catatonic, do you stop concentrating on things?
You're the DM, you tell me.
Okay, I'm going to look up hypnotic pattern, which is the closest thing. Incapacitated. Yeah, the wall of force is gone, and you're incapacitated. You cannot concentrate.
Okay.
But also emerging in this turn is a priest. A rather injured-looking priest steps out from one of the southern alcoves, turns, sees Burple, sees you, Sessions, and starts to sort of move up towards you, and you can hear the sound of northerners shouting in angry,
Northern.
"Oh, corrupted one! Destroy it!" kind of thing.
Do any of them say "Aop"?
No, Paul. God, it's just...
Okay.
Reducing
They
these
can't be Northern then.
intelligent beings with agency to some kind of cardboard cutout northern stereotypes, and I'm not having it. Then burps. 1, 2, 3. Look into the eyes. Not around the eyes, in the eyes.
Are you back in the room?
You're back in the room. You have had a very odd experience, Burps. You've been standing there, rooted to the spot. Physically, mentally, you have had what you think is a kind of weird dream that seems to have gone on for quite a while. Not the 12 seconds or whatever it is that you've spent in this state. The dream was situated in the Deluxury Hotel in Frostanger, where you sat at a table with perfect white napery and silver cutlery opposite Mahudril, your dinner companion, and it was an extremely pleasant experience. You can't remember very much of the detail, but extraordinary tasting menu was brought to you course by course, accompanied by the finest wines and liqueurs that Frostanger could offer, with the overweening, over-solicitous attentions of Armin Loratio,
the maitre d' guy.
And during this meal, the buzz of refined conversation all around you, her jewellery glittering in the candlelight, you had this conversation. She asked you questions about yourself. You asked her questions about herself. Can't remember any of the questions you asked her, and you can't remember any of the answers she gave you. You can't remember any of the questions she asked of you, and you can't remember
what I told
any
her.
of the answers you gave her. But you know it was entertaining. There was lots of laughter. It was very relaxed. You felt safe and comfortable.
It's really ominous.
And then you snap out of it. And as you stand there thinking, what was that all about? The abomination in the corridor above you briefly flickers from its abominable form into the Mahudril form. She smiles at you and she says, "Thank you, Burple. That was fascinating. You won't remember much, But something that we did learn is that it was Severiana Outsplinter who poisoned your mother. Good luck. I know our fates lead in different directions. And goodbye. And she's gone.
Don't like that at all.
The cage flexes around the room, but cannot find a victim. Like a shark that can't reach you. It's snapping. The door is opening and closing and snapping. It's straining to get a victim, but it can't find one. On 6, it is a Sessions.
So the creature in the corridor is gone?
Yes. Purple, your understanding since your infancy is that your mother died of the Red Death, a plague that swept through Diamond Lake when you were in your infancy. But then you did see a vision, I think after the opening of the Library of Last Resort, of your mother drinking from a cup, seemingly under some sort of duress as you sat on the other side of the table from her as a very small person with a shadow being cast from a figure standing behind you.
She's dead, isn't she, Severiana?
She is.
Poisoned by Cuthbert.
Poisoned by Cuthbert Outsplinter. Poison is definitely an Outsplinter thing. Anyway, Sessions, sorry.
So what do we want to do?
Let's not interrupt this go-nowhere combat with a lore dump.
On the lower room, which colour are the good guys and which colour are the not good guys?
These people, when you met them in the island of Telagos, were not necessarily good. They seem to be leftovers of the Order of the Storm.
Maybe we just leave them to that room.
They are the cloaked Sylvan Fey druidic figures, and I've given one a pink base, one a green base, and one a yellow base.
And the other guy with the cream base?
The other one is a priest.
Oh, okay.
She looks pretty wounded, and she's emerged from an alcove you've seen one emerge from before and get semi-totaled by the blade barrier.
Right.
So I could do some damage on her, or we could... Okay, Mike.
I wouldn't do...
I'm not sure what to do. So I'm just going to do Toll the Dead on her.
Yep.
Wisdom save DC.
It's got
it's something to do.
Deal with it. Well, we need some help up here.
There you go.
Well, she has failed that save. What's the damage?
Target missing any hit points, yes. 32.
Oh, blimey. Okay, that's the end of her. She crumples to the ground and reverts to her abominable tentacly form.
Okay, but non-moving tentacle form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's obviously something that happens when they peg it.
Okay.
There we are. I put a new mini on the map for you, showing an X tentacly. Anything else from Sessions?
Yeah, so what was the name? It's Abadar or something.
you hear either Abdathar, Bothlios, or whatever shout, "Oh, well done! Nice work!"
Abdathar, do you know the layout of this place beyond this chamber?
I do not. We have never been able to pass beyond the wormy doors.
Okay, thank you. And then
They're now open.
There are several wormy doors, though, aren't there? If you've not passed any of them.
You should possibly
You could
tell
let them know that they're open.
The wormy doors to the north are now open, should you wish to proceed in that direction.
Are they, by gum?
They are,
he says, in a perfectly rounded northern performance.
Are they wearing flat caps?
No.
A flat cap doesn't make you northern.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't hurt, though.
I think it does.
Depends on the size of your head.
And the size of the cap. Yeah.
Anyway, we're becoming distracted, Paul. How do they react to that knowledge? You had a conversation with Abdithar last time where he said, well, their job is to protect the temple.
Okay.
And stop it being reoccupied by the servants of Chios, but that one by one their number had become corrupted. It's interesting to him that you've opened the doors, but it's not like, at last, we can finally explore this mysterious complex of rooms.
Right. Okay. We may travel further forward. We shall speak soon.
Godspeed, dear fellow enemy of Chios. Maybe my friends and I will accompany you if we feel this area is secure.
Okay. We look forward to your company, Abdathar.
Give me is there a persuasion, diplomacy, whatever it is?
There is persuasion.
Give it a shot.
Okay.
No, okay. You don't feel that he's massively enthused by the idea, but you've said something.
Mm-hmm.
On 5, I roll a d20 and get a 4. Not bad. Okay, the giant wormo-dragon throws itself once again against the windows, and although they seem to hold up pretty well, you don't think there's more than another 1 or 2 of those, and they're gone.
Okay.
On 18, it's scaly.
Right. I'm going to move to the doorway.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a dispel magic on the wormy door to the southwest.
The one that's south of the misty green pit.
Yeah.
You successfully whatever it is eyes the door. You can see a passageway. It looks like it's a 5-foot passageway. Your vantage point is not perfect. Heading south.
Okay. And then I'm going to move backwards into the tunnel where I've just come from.
Okay, to the tunnel.
That's what I've done, yeah.
And the certain it is the beppers.
There's a Beppo.
Can you give me a straight wisdom roll? It's not a saving throw, it's a wisdom check.
I'm very wise.
Well, the 13 is enough. 12, in fact, is what you needed. You've got this weird feeling that you've been riffled through like the pages of a book.
Yes.
If you were a library, it would feel like somebody's borrowed all the books in you and then returned them. Maybe not in a perfect order.
Right.
You know, when spies used to take a Polaroid of the room they were going to rifle through.
Yeah, but I'm trying to work out what the analogy means.
The analogy means that somebody's been through your mind.
Yes.
And kind of gone through everything. And it doesn't feel like all of your memories and everything have been put back perfectly where they were. You feel perfectly yourself.
Does it feel like they've deliberately inserted wrong things that don't belong to me?
No. It's more like you come back to your apartment and everything looks just like it was when you left. And
but
then
it's
you
not the man with
cigarette...
one red shoe. It's not where he kind of flushes the loo and the tap goes.
No, it's not like that. They think they've put everything back exactly as it was meant to be so that you wouldn't know, but actually they've made a couple of mistakes.
Well, I kind of got that from the fact that she said I really enjoyed our thing, so I kind of got that much from...
Well, just in case, I just like to lay it on with a trowel.
That's fine. I was just trying to ascertain whether you were telling me something new or just reiterating, so... Okay.
Just in case I was a little subtle with my earlier imagery, I thought I'd make it absolutely clear.
Yeah, well, that's probably very wise because I don't pick up on much.
I've offended you and I didn't mean to.
Well,
anyway, on we go.
Right. You should take it back. I'm a little kind of weirded out by that. It could be that I have some effect now. She has some backdoor into my head, which I'm a bit nervous about. Well, I'll say to the Northerners, would you like us to open the door? I don't know why I'm saying it in Yorkshire accent.
Oh, finally, somebody we can understand. Which door?
Door over there. I'll point to the one opposite me in the room.
Oh, the one heading the other way?
Yeah.
The one heading to the east?
West.
It can't hurt.
It can, because it only lasts for a short while. You know, like 30 minutes or something like that. Or a minute.
Ooh, this is outside our training.
Oh, okay. Fine. Well,
if you wish to open it, we can have a bit of a look-see. See what's through there. Up to you.
So what are the other guys doing? What are the other guys doing? Scaly and Parker and Buggy.
Oh, well, I don't know about them. They seem to do anything. They just seem to run around in this little room at the top.
Run around.
Doing nothing.
Well, we're trying to push forward.
Excuse me.
We're trying to push forward.
Excuse me.
Got to keep
Is
moving,
it the case that if you go into that corridor flying...
Now I've offended them as well. God, there's only me and Graham left.
Do we know whether flying through that corridor makes a difference?
We do not.
No, I think you'll be all right.
Yeah, you would say that because you need rescuing. What I'm thinking is...
I kind of think this door is the one we want to actually go through.
Which one?
The one in the corridor. Do you reckon?
I don't know. It seems to me... Normally you'd think it's the double doors, but...
Shall I dispel magic on that one then?
Yeah, go on. You do that. I'll go and open it.
And what happens when you get wormed, don't you? Do you think
we don't know whether you get wormed the minute you step onto here or whether you enter the whole corridor. We still haven't established that.
Yeah, but do you think that regeneration will act as a heal?
Regeneration?
I'm regenerating.
Well, maybe.
At one point around, it's really painful.
I'm pretty sure the whole corridor is wormy. It's
what
not
about
just
the stairs?
stepping up.
Stairs, I don't think are.
Right.
I've flown above the stairs at least.
Right.
All
I'll
of the
step onto the stairs, and I shall.
Well, so that's where the flying helps.
I suppose
no,
it will.
flying doesn't help. I think we established that. I think we established it's moving into those squares.
Did we? Okay.
Okay, so
I'm pretty
dispel
sure
magic.
we did, yeah.
I don't think anybody's flown down there, have they?
Well, the air elemental did.
No, but I'm pretty sure that Mike insinuated last week that it was basically a case of it wasn't like a pressure pad. but it was basically breaking into that area. That was my understanding from last week.
Okay. Spells do I have left? Kind of running low on spells. Do have one from my mandolin. What is the range of Dispel Magic? 120 feet. On the door. Mike, in the corridor. Dispel Magic.
One on the right.
Yes.
Next to where Mother Maggot was standing.
Correct.
All that brings down that door. I've got a lot of doors to keep track of all of a sudden. It's very annoying. Keep giving me admin.
Yeah.
I don't
Yes,
like
indeed.
admin.
Yes, indeed.
That reveals... You can see that it opens up a sort of rough walled passageway, some sort of cavern-y thing.
Okay.
Is there anything else?
I will. No, nothing else. No.
Uncle Buggy on 13.
I'm doing a death ward on myself.
Yep.
And
Go on, go down one of the corridors.
I'm just worried that even though it's
worried. I'm
animated object, that the cage is readying an action somehow.
Just worried. What are you going to do? You're just going to stand there forever then? Or are you going to wait for somebody else to take it?
Why didn't you move into the corridor after you did your Dispel Magic?
Yeah, why didn't you move in?
Because I couldn't get there.
You
Shut up,
move
everybody. I didn't have enough movement.
Everybody.
Shut it.
Shut up, everybody.
I didn't have enough movement. I couldn't do it all at once. So Johnny, you have full movement now. Brilliant radio.
Yeah, Johnny.
5,
Yeah, Johnny.
Yeah, why don't you move in?
National Radio Awards.
Yeah.
I've got to count how far I can move. I don't
the
know if I can get
script.
to the other end. 5, 20,
10.
40. Well, I can get to the door.
It's definitely got a readied action, but it
You
can't
think so?
move.
But it's
Well, if it
it's
can
not
attack from where-
thinking. Just an inanimate object.
It's a creature.
inanimate.
No, if it's a creature, it'll have a readied action.
Okay.
You're the one with all the move.
Do you want me to friend guide storyteller
Yeah.
a little bit?
No, it's Buggy. No.
Yeah, come on.
Okay.
Cool.
If it was capable of readying, it certainly didn't ready last action, because last action, it ventured out into the room trying to reach people to snap up.
Okay. Well, I'm running
So
across.
it's metagaming.
I'm running across to the other corridor.
Yeah, you shouldn't believe a word I say, Johnny.
No. The moment I step out, it reaches out, grabs me, shoves me into the hole, and then the dragon eats me.
Into the
Going to the other
It
door.
doesn't reach out and try and snap at you, Johnny. And you reveal a 5-foot wide passage heading south that ends in another
wormy door.
wormy
Oh,
door.
for fuck's sake.
It's just an endless sump of spells to get through these doors.
Yeah.
Shit.
There must be a more efficient way of doing it.
Now what are you doing, Uncle Buggy?
Taking his clothes off and rolling around on the floor.
You haven't got any movement left.
I have
And
got a
you've
little bit of movement. Hang on,
taken
let's
your-
see. 5, 10. I hate counting diagonals.
It's a very
I
weird
know I'm going to
thing
win the radio award.
hate.
But can you just give me a
Very
moment to
weird thing to
count
say.
really
the
hate counting
squares?
diagonals.
5, 10,
Yeah.
20, 25. Because I can never remember which one's double and which one's single.
Well, the first one is single, the second one's double.
5,
The amount
20,
of times he started again.
25,
15, 20,
25, 30,
15,
40,
25,
45,
20,
50,
20,
60. I've got 10
25.
left.
30.
17, 16, 15,
Oh shit,
14,
I'm stuck in this
12.
fucking thing and I can't get away. I should have listened to you.
Oh, brilliant.
Tell me you can't get away from the cage. You can't, can you? You've only got 10 foot worth of
Can I
movement.
bash the cage?
You cast a
I did.
death ward.
Oh, God.
Do
47 years of experience.
Oh,
It's lucky you cast the death ward, really.
yeah.
Okay, well I'll go up to the wormy door without touching it,
Yeah.
trying to get
Okay.
as far away
You're
as
at the wormy
from
door.
as possible. And then
Yeah.
I'm going to
Wormy.
do a sort of trying to hide in the corridor.
But
Crouched
this
down,
totally empty, featureless
duck
corridor.
and cover.
You're going to hide
Well,
in the totally...
Hang on, I'm
Put
on
his
it.
hands in
hide
front of his
corridor.
face and say,
Yeah,
"You're not here."
you could close your eyes. Maybe if you can't see it, it can't see you. I mean, if it had eyes, which it doesn't.
Right, I forgot. The halfling gets some naturally stealth.
Hide
You
in
can
plain
attempt to
sight.
hide even when you're obscured by.
Oh, dear.
Oh dear.
47 years of experience.
Paul, you bloody...
It's Paul's fault, is it? Sorry, I'm trying to work that
Paul's
out.
fault. Keep prompting me to do dangerous things while he's slinking away in a corridor. Bloody paladin!
I haven't had my turn yet.
Worst paladin. What are you doing in that corridor?
I've been trying to protect Parker.
You haven't done anything. You just...
I've opened all these doors for you to go and run down.
No, you have...
Yeah,
right,
thank you. Thank you.
No, you have, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
On 12, it's Parker.
Or is it?
Clearly it's not, but...
It doesn't really matter whether it is or not anymore.
Well, exactly. It doesn't matter if it is Parker or not Parker. The effect is the same.
Who knows?
Well, we hope so.
Yeah.
I mean,
Who knows
some
what
of the
I
real
am?
Parker is just sitting around, just like...
Yeah.
It's a question to ask Lucas. Has he acted in any way different since he's discovered that he's not playing the
Good
real
point.
Parker? Has it changed his
Yeah.
gameplay?
No.
Let's take
it's
an
not.
hour or
Have
so
I
on that
even
one.
properly realised that I'm possibly not the real
I mean,
Parker?
I think the real Parker never would have taken that level in Druid.
That did, into Druid.
Be mine. Yeah.
That's a bit of
There's
a...
no way the real Parker would make a mistake like that.
But that was like 378 episodes ago.
Well, 200. By the way, we've only got this episode and then 2 more, and we have to finish the whole thing. So we better fucking hurry up.
Oh, yeah.
That's my guess.
According to your prediction.
My
Right.
prediction, which
So-
is going to turn out to be true, even if it means that the episode
TPK.
after next might be a little rush frantic.
So did I understand correctly that this door here on the east side
Yes,
of the
side
long
of the
corridor
wormy
is
corridor,
the one that
yeah.
Purple did the Dispel Magic on?
Yes.
So I'm going to go up to that door and I'm going to open it.
You're 100% certain about
Yes.
that. Okay.
Do your worms on me again.
You're going to go there and look
Go
at
on
it.
there and look in, yes. Do I get
What you
worms
can
when I
see-
cross over the...
Well, yeah, of course. But first of all, I'm going to tell you what you can see, which is that you can see a rough-hewn, cavern-y kind of passageway wiggling its way off to your east, and then it opens out and turns to your right, that is south. When you step into that corridor, it's wormy time. I'm going to roll a couple of dice behind the screen. First of all, I'm going to roll a lot of these dice. Okay, well, you feel pretty substantially worm-fested, and then I'm going to roll this dice. Okay. You don't know what that dice is all about.
I've moved up to there, and then I will then move into here, and then
Yeah,
I
you can
will...
pretty
I'm
much see
taking
what
an
you're gonna
action
see.
yet. I will cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Yes, and the worms are gone. Very nice, very efficient.
And then...
12.
Hold on, I'm not finished yet. I've still got movement.
God.
And then I will then stealthily move up to
Oh, yeah.
the area... The corridor bends down to the south, have I understood?
Yeah,
so I will tread...
Yeah, do you want to give me a stealth check?
Stealth check, yes.
Yes. Yes.
Ooh, 8.
Yes.
Oh, dear.
Okay.
What can I see
well,
when
that
I
was
get 3 squares in?
You can see
still
the
got another
following.
about
Let me- a reveal.
4, 5,
I'm going to
1.
do some revealment.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
It's
8,
another
9,
small
10, 11,
dead-end
12,
chamber with a 5-foot
13.
hole in the ceiling.
For fuck's sake.
Okay, I
And
assume that
as you-
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Carry on.
As you step on the dog chew toy with your 5 stealth roll, you hear from right up the pipe above your head.
Right up there.
Something up there reacting to the noise you just made. Right up there.
God tell.
Okay. And I lost count now. 1,
We've all lost count. And not only that, we've lost
The will to live.
the will to
8,
live.
9, yes. 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, now I will stop where I am.
You're going to stay where you are.
Yeah.
On 6, it is Little Fogmilad.
Can you do a dispel magic on the door that I'm at?
Fogmilad.
Well, not from where I am.
No, I think the idea is that you fly into the chamber and then go between Buggy and the green cage.
Yeah, that's what I figured he wanted.
You don't actually have to cast the Dispel Magic. That's not really the point.
Yeah, it's to interpose. And anyhow, I can't cast it the first round because that's the round I'll be doing my Cure Wounds on myself.
I think flying will be
When
right.
the Parker
I'm pretty
thing
sure.
happened, Mike,
Hmm.
is there a sort of centre of that effect? Is there something that I could
No,
attempt to
it looks
focus
like
on?
your first contact with that corridor gets you wormed. And wormed once.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I was thinking
That's
more, is
what
there
I
something
said.
that I could channel my dispel magic into to try and dispel? It's obviously a magical effect.
Well, it is a magical effect. I don't know the answer to that question. That is a very interesting question. Maybe I'm slightly overdoing it, but it's a slightly interesting question.
Is it remotely interesting?
It has...
Just trying to think. If you cast a dispel magic on that area, somewhere I've got dispel magic open, I think. Here we go. One creature, object, or magical effect within range. It's not a spell. So we're slightly outside the bounds of the rules, right?
Okay. Well,
that doesn't mean it can't be done. I'm going to assign this effect a level.
Mm-hmm.
Give me an Arcana check.
I'm hardly ever awake at school.
Maybe this is one of the days you were awake.
It was.
It was one of the days you were awake. Whatever this effect is quite potent. And even if you were successful, you would suppress the effect. You wouldn't end it permanently. But you think that with those two caveats, dispel magic could be helpful.
And do I think I would know if it's worked?
I think you know if it's worked. When you cast a dispel magic on another creature, you either roll or don't roll, but you know if it's worked, right? So, yes.
Do you think it's sensible to try and dispel magic in that corridor to give us a bit more mobility, Purple?
I think we're just going forward, aren't we? It's just a case of doing a heal at the other end, isn't it? Like a basic cure light wounds. When you just fly along, I'm pretty sure flying is going to be okay. Fly along, and if you get wormed, do cure light wounds on yourself.
I'm regenerating, so I'm not actually worried by that corridor, and I can misty step across.
It takes a 1 point heal to get rid of the worms.
Yeah, and I can misty step anyway.
I was wondering whether doing a dispel magic on the animated cage is going to stop it moving, or whether it's an actual creature.
Okay.
I just think we've just got to keep pressing forward, because we're sort of floundering, and it looks like the only way forward is the door that I'm at, and I can't get through it. And at some point, the dragon's going to break the glass.
I don't think we're floundering. We're trying things. We're doing things. We're not just standing around.
Well, we're using a lot of spells.
We are using a lot of spells, but we need to use a lot of spells in order to keep going. There's no way of getting through these doors, as far as we know, without doing dispel magics on them. There's no way of getting rid of the worms without doing heals, so that's just going to happen.
What are we going to do when
just to make sure that you've got good information, Sessions Burple, the original door, the first one you brought down, you don't think it's that far away from reconstituting?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm keeping sort of...
So this is there's a time pressure on us to do stuff.
Yeah.
I think it was about 2 rounds after you brought that first door down that you brought the second door down.
Yep. Right.
So there's going to be a sort of, like when you put the squeezy sucker monsters down on the table and wait for them to pop back up again.
Yeah, I hadn't done that for
days. With the springs in, right?
Yeah.
One goes, and then suddenly it's like ping, 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 ping. So bear that in mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry, I'm interrupting.
I'm going to fly through the corridor, through the door, and fly up to Scaly O'Toole.
Brilliant. And heal him.
In the northeast corner of this chamber with the pit and the cage, and into the little passageway that Scaly opened up.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fabulous.
Is that it?
That's it, unless I've become wormified, in which case...
You have not become wormified. Flying through the corridor, as long as you don't make contact, it seems like you're fine.
As you enter in, I say go as far as you can, because you're still in range of the cage.
Yeah, that's where I'm
So you're going to go past Scaly, further into that little chamber.
Yeah.
Keeping that chamber
Just
clear. Okay.
Tickle him as he goes past.
Is that you, Sessions?
Yeah, that's a move to get to there.
On 5, I don't need to roll a dice. It's window time. With its final buffet, you hear a crash and a shatter and a screech as the giant wormo-dragon monster bursts into the room through the shattered viewing gallery.
I'm glad I've moved in.
Yeah, I'm glad you're there as well.
You're doomed.
There is a positive to this, which is finally you've opened up another area of this complex. If you can get past the dragon, you can get into the cavern beyond.
Yeah.
And there is a negative. This creature casts about looking for a target. As it does so, it starts to inhale. It turns towards Scaly, backed up in this passageway.
Of course.
It picks you out with its weird, blind, searching head. Its horrible mouth dilates, and a jet of awful Chaos worms bursts forth from its gaping maw and we will find
I
out
knew that was coming.
what this awful stream of worms means for you, means for sessions if it spreads around corners, or which it does when we pick things up next week.
Yes. Sessions, I bet you're glad you did that now.
Well done, everyone.
I'm so pleased with my decision.
The Billowing Hilltop podcast is a Billowing Hilltop production. Dungeons & Dragons is a trademark of Wizards of the Coast. Into the Wormcrawl Fisher and Age of Worms are copyright Wizards of the Coast. Into the Wormcrawl Fisher was written by James Jacobs. Music is from Kevin MacLeod and Incompetech.com and is used with thanks under the Creative Commons license. Additional music and sound effects come from the wonderful Sirenscape. All other original material is copyright Billowing Hilltop. Role-playing games are all about getting people together, and we use Roll20 as our tabletop, the perfect place to host your game, and Discord to host our chat. Thanks for listening.